In this video, we will be taking a look at the 18-litre Ebac Powerdri Dehumidifier, designed for light commercial and trade use or for workshops and garages, etc. So what makes this different to any other dehumidifier? Well, apart from the obviously bold yellow and black design that shouts trade at you, the control panel is simple and robust, making it easy to use with dirty or gloved hands. Taking a quick look around, you'll notice its nice compact dimensions, and it comes equipped with a generous 3-metre power cord, so it's easier to find a place to plug it in and let it do its job. Twin that with a nice bright colour scheme and you should find somewhere to place it where no one's going to fall over it, helping you comply with health and safety regulations. If we look at the control panel, you'll notice it consists of only 2 dials and a power indicator light, making this super easy to set up, which is important if different people may be using it. Let's take a quick look at those settings now. When you first plug it in and switch on the mains, you will notice the green power light illuminate. Turning the humidistat dial clockwise effectively works the dehumidifier harder by lowering the relative humidity, and this is great for tackling any initial or bad damp problems. Once your humidity is reduced, throttle back by turning the knob anti-clockwise to the point where the dehumidifier just turns off. Lo and behold, this level of humidity will now be maintained unless you wish to adjust it further by tweaking the dial. Simple. The dial on the left is fan speed control. Speed 1 is of course the lowest, while speed 2 is the maximum and will draw air into the unit faster. Whilst we're here, let's take a listen. I'm sure you'll agree, at this 46 decibel factory rating, it's not going to be bothersome. In fact, it's the same level as your average refrigerator. Just before we take it for a test, let's just talk about some of the other features worth a quick mention. Firstly, the power usage rated at only 180 watts maximum is amongst the lowest power consuming dehumidifiers on the market today. So great news if you're running this for extended periods of time. To the front, a simple door reveals the large 3.5 litre tank with an easy carry handle and a no-spill design, which is easy to remove and replace. In moisture extraction terms, it's rated at a maximum of 18 litres or 32 pints per day in ideal conditions. This means for most situations, the 3.5 litre internal tank would need emptying once or twice per day for most people. But because this is also aimed at workshop and trade use, there is of course a continuous drain point at the rear. And yes, it comes with a drain hose in the box, and there's plenty of it too. Just above this, you will find the carbon filter is easy to remove and simple to clean with a vacuum cleaner on a low power setting once per month. But as the manufacturer recommends, it's a good idea to replace the filter every 3 to 4 months, depending on usage, to maintain optimum performance, especially if you're using it in a dirty or dusty environment. In weight terms, at 14 kilos, it's not exactly lightweight, but it can be lifted without too much trouble thanks to a concealed carrying handle near the top. And casters can be popped into the holes underneath the dehumidifier. Once again, these are provided and in the box. Now, because this is a compressor-based dehumidifier, it will work best in a gently heated environment, but as long as the temperature is above 10 to 15 degrees centigrade, you will still find that this dehumidifier with a power consumption as low as this will still perform quite well. And the manufacturer actually states that it will remain effective at 3 degrees and above, and I'll be putting that to the test later as well. Okay, so let's move on to the real world tests, and if you want to read about how I test and the environment I'm in, you can visit the website links provided in the description bar below. I'm going to run 3 simple tests. Test 1 will be a 2-hour run on fan speed 1 in a domestic setting, and the results will be here in the video. Test 2 will be on the high fan speed setting, but to save time, that result can be found in the website in the links provided. Test 3, however, will be a very harsh test in a cold and damp metal shed, so stay tuned for that one. Okay, let's get started. The humidity in the lounge now has just reached 68% and the temperature is just over 21 degrees centigrade. All we have to do now is wait 2 hours. Okay, so the full 2 hours is over now, and as you can see, the humidity is down to a very healthy 49%. Right, let's see what we've collected. Okay, so that's just over 300 millilitres, which is a very respectable amount for a quick 2-hour run. Right, now for our final and hardest test. This is a secondary storage shed for some of my work materials, and it's a metal construction that's bolted to a concrete base with no damp-proof course at all, which means during autumn and winter it does form condensation from damp, mostly forming here on the underside of the roof. And because we've had a cold snap this week, it can turn to ice overnight, as you can see. So, and this is a very big ask, let's see what we can achieve during a 24-hour run in a totally unheated metal shed. Just so you know, the lowest temperature at night was between 1 and 2 centigrade, and during the day it was no higher than 10 degrees C at any time. The 24 hours is now up. Let's turn the unit off and have a peek at what was collected by the continuous drain function, and we'll measure that in just a second. The bigger picture though is to be seen on the underside of the roof. As you can see, it's done a very impressive job removing virtually every last drop, even though the temperature in here has been far from ideal. In fact, I could only find 3 drips left on the whole roof. Okay, let's measure the results. And the final amount, when measured accurately, was 1.3 litres, otherwise known as just over 2 pints in total. And that brings this video to an end. But if you want to see the results from test 2 or the current price for one of these units, why not visit my website via the links provided here or in the description bar. Thanks for watching.